Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us for our monthly Monday, our final expense training. Before we get into discussing what our agenda is, I just wanted to take a few minutes, first of all, to remember those that died 16 years ago today in the attacks in New York City and in Pennsylvania, and also at the Pentagon on September 11th, 2001. Also, for the hurricane victims of Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma, the staff here at URL Insurance Group, our thoughts and prayers are with those people as well. My name is Matt Alina, and I'm one of the marketers here at URL Insurance Group. And we have a special guest today. We're going to be getting into that, our special guest here in just a few minutes. But just wanted to go through our agenda here. We're going to discuss our final expense website. There's a lot of you on the call today that are brand new to URL, or maybe you're just kind of kicking the tires and getting into the final expense marketplace. Some of you may have attended our leaders conference that we had last week in Hershey. For those of you that are doing the Medicare sales and final expense sales kind of go hand in hand. Just like Medicare is health insurance for seniors, final expense is life insurance designed for seniors in mind. So we're going to get into our final expense website. We'll discuss briefly our final expense lead program, and we'll also discuss that we do have some B leads for sale. And then we have a special guest, Mark Aramia from Liberty Bankers, who will be discussing the Liberty Bankers products, the final expense products, and some of their niches in the marketplace. Let me just go quickly into the final expense carriers. We have 14 different final expense carriers. From all of them have liberal underwriting because it is designed for seniors in mind, and we even have guarantee issue and modified and graded death benefit plans as well. You can find more about us. You can learn and get quotes to see how companies stack up by going to our website at urlinsgroup.com. We have a final expense quote engine. You can go to our website, go to quoting tools, click on quote final expense, and then it's going to take you to a screen there on the left. It's just a small screen on this thing, but it's a lot bigger in person. I promise you that. And then you're able to run quotes based on the client's age and so on. And then on the right-hand side is the quotes, and it breaks it down by price. And you will find that with final expense, the rates with most companies are within a couple of dollars of each other. They're very close in price. So it's really more or less deciding on what companies you want to get contracted with, and then using that and getting to know that product inside and out. We do have leads available for those of you who are interested in getting into the final expense marketplace. We have two lead options. We have mailers at $29 a lead, a 20 lead minimum order. They're exclusive leads. So when you pay for these leads are yours, and you have your own defined sales territory. They're never resold. And again, they are yours. And what some people are doing is they may buy leads for final expense, but they also will approach them regarding Medicare sales. Same thing for tele-leads. They're $19 a lead with a 20 lead minimum order, and they are also exclusive leads. You have a defined sales territory, and they are never resold. Now, what we do is we subsidize your lead costs based on your production. Gemini agents get $80 for every $1,000 of final expense business placed. Non-Gemini producers get $50 for every $1,000 of final expense business placed in a month. We're getting the largest concentration of leads, just so that you know, for those that aren't familiar with where URL is located, we are located in South Central Pennsylvania, where the Star is located, and we have a large concentration of leads there. But we also have a large concentration of leads if anyone is calling us or is in on the call from the Cleveland, Ohio area. If they're in Cleveland, Ohio, we have a lot of leads in the northeastern part of Pennsylvania, Maryland, DC. We've got quite a few leads available there as well, and also into New Jersey. So if anyone's interested in getting some leads that are on this call, feel free to contact us and we can discuss the lead options that are available to you. This is just a sample of what a lead card looks like, and it does mention that it is a tax-free benefit. It is life insurance benefit available to pay for funeral expenses. It asks for the client to put in their name, their address, phone number, their age, so that you have something in writing from them to kind of show you where that they are interested in discussing final expense life insurance. So again, for more details on leads and availability, feel free to contact me directly. My toll-free number is 800-926-8875, extension 141, or feel free to email me at matta@urlinsgroup.com. Understand when it comes to leads, for greater success, you want to target lower income areas, and you also want to want to be familiar with the areas that you're targeting. And also, we do have appointment sales, setting sales scripts, and also other sales scripts available upon request. Now, we do have free leads available, and that's through your final expense production. As I mentioned before, we give lead credits $80 for Gemini agents for every $1,000 of annualized final expense business, $50 for non-Gemini agents. We do have free leads available. You do take a reduction in commission, and we'll provide, you'll take a reduction in commission, and we'll cover the costs of leads. So we can get into more details on that if you're interested. We do have B leads available for sale. B leads are leads that are 30 days old or older. We do not require any lead commitment from you, but you do have to be contracted through URL with some final expense carriers. Contact me for any details and availability on that. So I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I want to introduce to you our special guest today, Mark Aramia from Liberty Bankers Life. Mark, good morning. Happy Monday to you, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning to everybody, and happy Monday to you. And without dwelling on it, again, our respect to the victims of 9/11 and definitely the hurricane victims. We even have some family who migrated up here from Florida, so it's touching a lot of people. So we hope if you have family or friends that they're safe. Very good about your final expense program, Matt. We at Liberty Bankers Life, we're proud of our final expense program. Matt, can you see the PowerPoint, our home office?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Sure can.
Good. For all those of you that are out there, this is our corporate office. We're right here on the 7th floor. We have basically the whole floor there. The company owns the building. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we're very convenient to both Love Field or DFW. Let me know when you're coming in, and we'll be glad to host you. A couple things that I want to point out. Matt touched the leads, your lead system. Only 34% of the over 50 population has done any kind of pre-planning for their final arrangements. 23% have some sort of a prepaid plan or some insurance for their burial. And the bottom line is that this is leaving millions and millions of seniors without a plan. And we all know 10,000 Americans each day are turning 65. So the source is out there. It just got to get out there and find them. What does the real final expense cost include? We all talk about it. We all have scripts. Matt provides you with a good script. It is the funeral cost. That's what we talk about mostly. However, if you want to take your game to another level, remember, we are professionals. We are providing a service to a segment of the population that's underserved, and they need it probably worse than anybody else. You look at the economic conditions, a funeral is mostly probably their third most expensive bill that they'll ever have in their lifetime. Think about that. $12,000 for all cost. That's pretty hefty. What we don't talk about sometimes is two important things that I like to point out, and this is my sales tip of the day. If you have a couple sitting there, loss of income, then one passes away, the Social Security check cuts probably 30 to 40%. Another thing is family travel. How many times you go into a house and you hear grandma and grandpa, they show off their grandchildren? How many of them are in college, usually far away? Grandma or grandpa dies, you know that that grandchild is wanting to come to the funeral. Are there funds for an airplane ticket? So think about those as you go down the road. We've got plenty of people without final expense insurance, and we have a big need for it. Liberty Bankers Life was founded in 1957. We are domiciled in Oklahoma, even though our corporate and administrative offices are in Texas. We're now over $2 billion in assets, over 200. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. Over 200 million in capital and surplus. We offer fixed life and annuity products, and along with we do have MedSup now, and you can get that through Matt through URL as well. Our subsidiaries include Capital Life, which is written for New Jersey and DC, Missouri, Alabama, and American Benefit Life. That's our pre-need carrier. Our niche is we try to make business easy for you in this marketplace. Number one, paperless application process. How many times have you had to go back and get an amendment or a signature? Think about that. How many times have you done your telephone interview only to find out a week later that they're declined? Our telephone interview is designed to give you the instant, complete underwriting decision once you hang up. So you know before you go. You don't have to, you also know if you have to pivot to another product. We do provide Social Security draft dates for the second, third, and fourth Wednesdays. And we have access to the underwriters. We have a great website to manage your business. Our website, you will think, and we named it accordingly, where your business is called the file cabinet, the agent file cabinet. In your file cabinet, you have all your commission statements, all your policies, all your lapse reports, your past due premium reports, your unpaid business report, everything that you need to manage your business and stay on top of your clients and keep good persistency. We pay our commissions daily. We do have a lead bonus program in addition to what Matt talked about that I'll discuss, and our unique convention incentive programs. So our business model is geared towards the agent. Our final expense portfolio consists of 3 products: a simple preferred, a simple standard. Those two are first day coverage, and then we have a modified whole life. We have excellent riders. We have the child rider and a grandchild rider. And back in the spring, we introduced an accelerated death benefit rider, which is added to all simple plans at no cost, and a very super competitive accidental death and dismemberment rider. It's guaranteed whole life, issue ages 18 to 80 for simple. Face amounts $3,000 to $30,000. The preferred is issued standard to table 6. Now, table 6 means on the height weight table, 5'8" is 304. An insulin dependent diabetic who the diabetes was onset after age 10 and insulin began after age 25 can get the preferred rate. The standard, that's issued up to table 10. That will take COPD if the client does not have oxygen. It'll take Parkinson's disease, as long as the client is not on the superpower drugs, of which if they were, they'd have other issues as well. So those two products are pretty competitive, good all-around products in the marketplace. All the riders are available for Simple. And one thing that we do that nobody else does, if your client were to pay the first year on an annual basis, just the first year, they'll get a 20% discount. Afterwards, they can go to bank draft. The modified whole life is designed for those who need a final expense plan. They're dealing with difficult health issues, but they got a positive outlook on life. It's issued ages 40 to 80, face amounts 1,000 to 20,000, male, female, nicotine, non-nicotine rates, and issued up to table 22. It's not guaranteed issue, but it's almost there. Now ours is a little bit different, a little bit unique. We have a 3-year, quote, wait, unquote, period. If death occurs in the first 3 years as a result of non-accidental death, it's a return of premium plus 10%. If death occurs as a result of an accident, then we will pay the full face amount. Beginning year 4, which is actually 3 years and 1 day from the issue date, the death benefit goes into effect. Now, using a $10,000 face amount as an example, year 5, we have a 5% bonus on the death benefit, so that death benefit becomes $10,500. In year 6, it becomes it's bonused up another 5%. It becomes $11,000. So if a client buys a $10,000 policy and they're alive 5 years and 1 day after issue, that $10,000 is $11,000 for the same premium. Kind of like a bonus for outliving their mortality. Here's some rates. Taking a 65-year-old female for $10,000, $42.81 a month. We're not the cheapest, but by far we're not the most expensive. A male is $55.94. Accelerated death benefit rider included with every new Simple policy, whether it's preferred or standard, at no cost. Basically, it says if your client is diagnosed with a terminal illness or a chronic illness certified by physicians, then they can get access up to 80% of the death benefit to use for medical costs or whatever. Now, think about this as well. If you sell a $10,000 to $15,000 policy and they have to use it, 80% eats up a lot of the death benefit. So be sure that they understand that whatever's left over will be paid upon death. And it could be a little bit lower than expected. So you might have take the opportunity to discuss a higher face amount with the client. Children's term insurance rider. We sell it by a unit. One unit is $5,000 level coverage to the child's age 25. It covers all eligible and insurable children. You can put up to 4 units, which is $20,000. Now, here's another lead system built in for your products. At any time, you can convert the child's rider to a permanent policy. However, at age 25 or marriage, whichever comes first, you're guaranteed issued up to 5 times the rider face amount. So if you put 4 units, that's $20,000 on each child. The cost is only $349 per unit. For 4 units, it'd be $13.96 a month. At age 25 or marriage, that child gets a guaranteed issue $100,000 policy. Children must be insurable at the time of application. Any child born after the riders in force is automatically insured at 15 days old. Any child, stepchild, or legally adopted children are eligible. So it's issued ages 15 days old to age 17. The grandchild rider, same kind of qualifications, however, it's different. Each grandchild is $7,500 covered for $7,500 at $1.20 bank draft per month, and that's per child. It is convertible to 2 times at the death of the insured, and up to 5 times at age 25 or marriage. Now, the difference between the child rider and the grandchild rider is if you have a child rider in force and the insured parent dies before the last child is age 25, their coverage is paid up. The grandchild rider, the grandchildren who are covered must convert at the death of the insured. Great-grandchildren and grandchildren and great-grandchildren of the insured, whether they're step, legally adopted, or natural, are all eligible. Let's talk about the accidental death and dismemberment. I'm really excited about this. Down here at the bottom, you can see the rates. If their age is 18 to 59, it's only $1 a year per thousand, and on a $10,000 policy, it's only 93 cents extra. Ages 60 to 69, $1.85, and age 70 to 80. Yes, we'll offer accidental death on an 80-year-old for $3.70 a month. The beauty of this is that it includes dismemberment. If a policyholder with the rider were to lose both hands or both feet or both eyes, or maybe one eye and one foot, any combination of losing two, they would get the $10,000, in this case, $10,000 for dismemberment. If they were to lose one hand or one foot or one eye, they would get half the benefit. Now, I know you're asking and wondering, if we pay on the accidental dismemberment portion, the accidental death rider does come off, the premium does come off, but they do not lose their basic whole life insurance. The final expense, our paperless app. It's real easy. We provide you with an application worksheet that has the application for the client, the grandchildren or child rider, and the disclosures. You can use the app, the worksheet, which looks like an app. You get all the information on the client. You have all the health questions that are going to be asked. And once you qualify them, you pick up the phone and you call Diamond to initiate the point of sale interview. During the interview, we will ask the agent for all the information on the client. Then we will have you voice sign the application. We will then put the applicant, or you will put the applicant on the phone. We will verify the information with the client. We will go over all the health questions. In the meantime, we're running MIB and script check while we're talking. And at the end, you will have a complete decision whether the policy was issued as applied for, moved to another plan, or declined. You keep the worksheet for your records. You do not need to send in anything to new business, except if you're replacing, you have to fax in the replacement form, because that needs to have a wet signature. So it's pretty easy. You don't have to worry about whether you left a question unanswered. There's no amendments on this thing. It's just straightforward. The app will be loaded the next morning to to new business, and the policy will be issued the next day. Conventions. We understand old-fashioned way. Conventions are a big part of our insurance industry. We do something a little bit unique. This year, in 2017, you're eligible to qualify for our trip to Madrid, Spain. Now, it takes $75,000 of annualized paid premium with a minimum of 65% 13-month persistency. That persistency is low in today's standards. If you do not have $75,000 at the end on December 31st, I'm sorry, you would not get an invitation to the convention. However, if you're a silver agent, 40% of your production in 2017 will roll over to the next year's convention qualifying period. If you're a gold agent, 50% of your production will roll over to next year. Where have we been? We've been to Maui, Normandy, France. We took a 7-night cruise out of Puerto Rico down the Caribbean, a 5-night cruise out of New York City to Bermuda, a 7-night cruise to Alaska, We just got back from a New England Canadian cruise. We went to Ireland last year. So we always have some good convention sites, and we do not 1099 our agents. I mentioned Gold Agent. A Gold Agent with Liberty Bankers Life has 70% or better 13-month persistency. And what do they get for that? Well, for one thing, all Gold Agents, your second year, your third year, and your fourth year renewal commissions are bonused up 50%. So you make more money. As a Gold Agent, if you issue a net 10 policies for any month, you're eligible for $30 per policy towards lead credit. Let me explain that. You're a Gold Agent with Liberty Bankers. You wrote and issued 16 policies for the month of August. 3 of them were not taken. So that's 13 net issued policies for the month of August. You have $390 credit. You send in a receipt for where you purchase leads, we reimburse you up to $390. It's as easy as that. You may be using advertising in newspapers, direct mail, TV, radio, client seminars, anything that is deemed a lead producing activity, and you send receipts for that, we will reimburse you $30 per policy. Okay, Matt, that's all I have. I'm available for questions.
All right, thank you very much. That was awesome, Mark. If anyone has questions, feel free to type those questions. I'll be happy to read them aloud and then get those questions answered for you. Do you know, Mark, you mentioned the grandchild rider. Do you know if that's available in Pennsylvania?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So another arrow in the quiver, I guess, for those of you that are looking for some sales opportunities. You can never discount the bond between a grandparent and a grandchild. Grandparents willing to make some financial sacrifices and get a final expense policy to take care of their grandchildren, and their grandchildren would also have life insurance coverage as well. So an outstanding opportunity there.
Matt, can I interrupt?
Yes, sir.
Good point. I never condone replacing final expense business because you know that can get you into trouble with a 2-year contestability period. We all know that there's health issues out there. You can actually go into a house with with grandma and grandpa. You can write them a minimum of $3,000 coverage. So if you go in the house and somebody's got $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, you know that's not enough. You can always add another $3,000, and you can put a grandchild rider on each one of them, on one of those policies. So the grandparents can actually purchase up to $15,000 for every child. And we do have an agent out there that sent in a $3,000 app with 18 grandchildren and great-grandchildren on one policy.
Wow. It's impressive. Here's a question that came in from Rich. Thank you for the question, Rich. Does the 5% bonus continue after years 5 and 6 on that modified benefit?
No.
Plan?
No. No, sir.
And to follow up on that question, do the premiums also increase in years 5 and 6 when the death benefit increases?
No. The death benefit is guaranteed from the beginning.
Okay. And the premiums stay the same even though there's that bonus?
Correct.
All right. Perfect. Hope that answers your question, Rich. If anyone else has any questions, you can either type your question and I'll read it aloud, or you can raise your hand and I can unmute your phone or your computer microphone and you can ask the question yourself. Otherwise, feel free to contact us directly here at URL Insurance Group. You can contact me at 800-926-8736. 8875, and my direct extension is 141. And one statistic that I think we should all take away from, and this was brought up in the in our Medicare Connections meeting that we had at the Hershey Convention Center last week. Out of the people surveyed that purchased life insurance during 2016, the survey came from the LIMRA, the 2017 LIMRA studies. The number one reason that people bought life insurance, 85% of the people said that the number one reason that they bought a life insurance policy was to cover final expenses. The opportunity is there, and we're here, Liberty Bankers, URL Insurance Group. We have partnered together to be able to help you take care of the number one reason why people are purchasing life insurance policies today. So if you want to learn more about it, feel free to contact us here at URL 800-926-8875, and my direct extension is 141. I appreciate your time, Mark. Thank you very much for joining us and explaining a little bit more about Liberty Bankers Life. And for everybody on the call today, thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to helping you on your next life